some of the most chaotic instrumental music I've ever heard, but it wakes you up. It's like, let's start the show. Then there's a siren. Like, it's a lot going on, but yeah. Life, right? Sometimes it sounds like the inside of my brain. That's what it really sounds like. What's up, y'all? What is today? Thursday. Happy Thursday. I love me on Thursday. Yes, Thursday. Anyway, what did I do today? I had leftover Chipotle that I did not finish. Me and my husband went for our first swim today at our new house. He was out there. We're like, I'm trying to work on my time as far as swimming and laps. Of course, he's 20 seconds faster than me, but I'm still trying to get back to my best though. I mean, I'll never beat my husband swimming. He's way faster, but I do what I can. You know, I'm doing enough to survive if I had to swim. That's what I'm really just working on. We're about to go on a vacation, and I just need to make sure I have enough stamina to swim in case I gotta, those are just things you gotta think about. My birthday is in 5 days. That's wild. About to be the big 47. I've been already saying I'm 47. When your birthday's so close, you just say it. It's like, at this point, you're 47. So, getting ready for that. Normally, I like to be out of town for my birthday, but the past few years, I've been stuck in town from moving and everything else, but we're going to go on vacation soon, so looking forward to that. Other than that, y'all, that's pretty much it. I watched this show called Silo on Apple TV, and I finished that season already. I'm blowing through these shows, man. I got enough apps. It's just, my husband says I have ADD when I watch TV, but he don't understand. I'm trying to find the perfect show, and it's a lot of research when you have all these freaking apps to go through. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all, as far as what I did today. It was a pretty mellow day, just trying to make it through the week. Like everybody else, let's go ahead and get into this news. So, a 250-year-old, we talked about that yesterday. I hate when they repeat news. Man regains his voice after surgeons perform first known larynx transplant in cancer patient in the U.S. Amen. A year before the Alzheimer's disease or related disorders diagnosed, average credit card delinquencies jumped 50%. Y'all gonna keep saying that our credit cards, that our credit score is the reason for our mental health. And I agree with you. Family of a New York City woman whose body was found in a sleeping bag calls for justice. I think that's the dude they was attacking the other day. Photos of Lionel Messi with 16-year-old soccer sensation Lamine Yamal as a baby have resurfaced as they've enjoyed international success on the pitch this week. Replacement airbag inflators in used cars in the U.S. have unalived 3 people, caused a life-altering, disfiguring injuries, and 2 others in the last 9 months. Watch out for them airbags, y'all. Police recovered 4,153 stolen Lego sets. Talked about that. NATO nations leaders in Washington summit declaration released Wednesday said Ukraine is on a irreversible path to NATO membership. Okay. Costco is hiking its basic membership fee for the first time since 2017. It's going up to $65. Peter Welch of Vermont on Wednesday became the first Senate Democrat to publicly call for President Biden to end his re-election. Wow. When the young people coming out on you, that's pretty bad. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner's 18-year-old daughter Violet is urging Los Angeles officials to oppose mask bans and to issue a mask mandate in medical facilities to help reduce the risk of COVID and long COVID. Jennifer's like, come on, honey. This is the thing about young people, because I have young people, kids, and they do know a lot. I'm not saying they be wrong, but it is just funny when they be like, Mom, we need to be doing this. And I just love this save the world. Like, it's actually so precious Because then you just become old and jaded, and it's like, forget it. But you know, when they're so young and they're still trying to like be healthy and have a promising future while we're all destroying it. It's kind of cute. This mid-sized city in the Northeast has the fastest growing rent in the nation. I don't live in the Northeast, so I'm not about to.
Hard to overstate how critical this week is for.
Woman charged with unaliving her sugar daddy, cutting off his thumbs to keep access to his accounts. Well, honey. Who that? We gotta see who this lady is. We can't have her on the streets. This happened in D.C. Two women with... And I always have to watch these words, y'all. For allegedly unaliving a man who witnessed the call of their sugar daddy on... Her now, Audrey Miller and Tiffany Taylor Gray, 22, are accused of cutting off the man's thumbs in order to maintain access to his account. Miller and Gray were taken into custody separately in recent weeks as authorities with the Metropolitan searched the suspects in his deadly unalivement. Police said Tekla Merriam was found unalive with multiple wounds and number of injuries inside the bedroom of his apartment on April 5th. Among injuries was a missing right thumb, which had been cut off around the time of the whole thing. The others are men with one of the three identified. Okay, so this is one suspect. I was trying to see if I can zoom in on that. Police said in an affidavit they found evidence suggesting that cleaning agents had been used to conceal or eliminate evidence to conceal them. But it didn't work. Like, y'all forgot to take away y'all footprints. Y'all gotta watch more court TV. Y'all messing up. It didn't work, guys. And then they turned on each other. Multiple children have been hospitalized after eating now recalled diamond shrooms. Gotta leave them little gummies on their microdosing chocolates. They're gummies. I gotta leave them alone. At 96 years old, Evelyn Kidd, who shared years of flying adventures with her late husband, experienced pure joy when her senior living center fulfilled her dream to take flight in a Cessna once more. How cool is that? Scorching temperatures still rising. 2 inert grenades were discovered in a passenger's carry-on luggage by TSA agents in Hawaii. Why y'all got grenades in y'all luggage? BMW is recalling more than 394,000 vehicles in North America due to the Takata-made airbag inflators that could explode when deployed in a crash, potentially striking drivers and passengers with sharp metal fragments. As the U.S. shifts away from coal and gas, emissions that warm the planet, battery storage is crucial for stabilizing the power grid, enables renewable energy supply. George Clooney is urging the party to find a new nominee. George Clooney's like, y'all want my money, y'all better get him out of here. That's what I think is happening, because George Clooney has been trending today, and I think the riches of the Democrats is like, y'all want my support, y'all better get that man up out of there. Senator Bob Menendez finished his hours-long closing argument on Wednesday, saying the U.S. wins if the jury acquits the New Jersey Democrat of 16 felony charges. I don't know, Bob. You had them little gold bars in your house. The prosecutor in Alex Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter trial said the actor violated the cardinal rules of firearm safety. Yeah, Alec, you don't never point a gun at anybody, brother. That's his first mistake. Despite problems, Boeing Starliner crew confident spacecraft will bring them safely back to Earth. We'll see, buddies. Y'all just out there floating around. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries plans to convey his caucus growing concerns about President Biden's campaign directly to the president this week. Hakeem is getting shaky in there, man. As Donald Trump nears an announcement on his VP pick, Florida Senator Marco Rubio remains on a short list of potential running mates. leader of the MS-13 gang clique in New York pleaded guilty to racketeering and firearms charges in a case involving 8 unalivements, including 2016 unalivement of 2 high school girls who were hacked and beaten. Hey. River the pup met a young deer in his owner's front yard and tried to befriend him with no success. He's like, let's play, dude. He's like, man, no. After surviving being gored, his family being poisoned, and 2 attempted poaching, this lion is known as Africa's most resilient, just managed to break a record in Uganda as he made a treacherous swim across a crocodile-filled waterway with his brother. You should make a movie about this guy. Seems pretty interesting. I would probably watch it. Alright, y'all. Let me get into what I like, because I just swiped away from the news and it annoyed me.
There is a sniper on the loose. Y'all know TikTok be the fastest way to get information out. Right now, there's a sniper in Charlotte, North Carolina. There are 4 bodies already. Please repost this fucking video and tell everybody who is not in the car, just anybody who's in Charlotte, North Carolina, to be careful.
Be on the lookout if y'all in Charlotte.
I think I just lost a friend. Get ready with me while I tell you what happened. So about 2 weeks ago, I get a text from my friend. Been friends for about 5 years now, and she's inviting people to her birthday celebration, which is at the end of the month. So I get a text message from her, and she's saying that she wants to celebrate her birthday in Italy. Right off the bat, I was like, okay, that's not, what I was expecting, but whatever, it's your birthday. Like, let me just keep reading the text and see what this is about. So the rest of the message goes on to say that she wants to celebrate 5 days in Italy and get an Airbnb with 10 of us. She said the Airbnb would be $13.50 per person. I've never stayed in an Airbnb, and I've also never been to Italy, so I really did not know, if these prices were, reasonable or whatever, but we would have to obviously pay for our own airfare. Off the bat, it was already becoming, really expensive. In addition to the stay in the Airbnb and the travel, she also let us know in a group chat that she wanted to get a boat for a day, which would be an additional cost, and that there would be 2 nights where we would have a 7 or 8 course dinner that would not be included in the trip. This is a lot. And then went on to say that everything else would be taken care of, just that we would have to tip the staff in the room and all that. I'm just like, okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to participate. I text her privately and I'm just like, hey, super excited for you to celebrate your birthday in Italy. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. She writes me back asking why. It's right here. I'm like, getting that time away from work and being able to travel, like that just would not really be responsible for me right now. And just something when you get back to the city, like maybe a dinner or a spa day, whatever, I can totally come. She's just basically saying, I don't understand why you can't come. I'm giving you advance notice. This is really how I want to celebrate my birthday. You were just asking me what I want to do for my birthday. This is what I want to do. I would love to have you there. She writes back, also for the Airbnb that I want to get, it really works well with 10 people, and that way we can keep the cost down. And I was just like, that's kind of I don't really understand why you can't go. I'm giving you such long notice. And then it just stops for 3 days. We don't talk. And I'm like, okay, whatever. She posts a story on Instagram. One of those stories that she shared somebody else's post. It says, moving into a new season on life, I'm no longer hanging out with broke people. Your network is your net worth, all of these things. I text her and I'm like, hey, is everything okay? I saw your Instagram post. And she writes back, she's just like, oh, which post are you talking about? And I was like, your story that said that you were moving into a new season and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, what about it? And I'm like, is everything okay? Who are you talking about? She was like, what do you think? I'm talking about you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm wondering if you are because of everything that's going on with your birthday. Now, mind you, I have known her for about 5 years, so I'm in a little bit of a shock when she's responding this way. So I was like, okay, I don't, I'm sorry if you're upset that I can't come to your birthday. I thought I explained myself pretty well. She just writes me back and she's like, babe, it's really not that serious. You don't need to take everything online so seriously. So that was 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard anything from her since. I've tried texting, I've tried calling, absolutely nothing. So I'm really not sure where we stand right now. Part of me feels, really bad, but the other part of me is kind of just you were clear. But the other part of me is kind of sad, and I don't really know what I should do. If I should reach out again or just wait till after her birthday, see how it all plays out. Here's the final look. Hope you guys like it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. If anyone else can relate to this, what did you do in this situation? You remain friends with the person. Guys soon. Bye.
Jump scare. Young people love saying that. That wig did scare me, I ain't gonna lie. But girl, please, she want to go to Italy. Girl, go to Italy. That is a very expensive trip. It's her birthday. She should go to Italy, but to expect people to be able to afford that in this economy, no ma'am. And if she don't want to hang out with broke people, as she mentioned herself, because if you baller status Italy, you should just be paying for everything, and your friends could at least fly themselves out there. But yeah.
That kid stole one of our rum and cokes. He's having a rum and coke.
3 hours later.
Wait for it. Yeah. That's the kid who had the rum and coke.
Wow. I wonder if he told the parents. Dude is messed up though. What is this?
Things we've reminded people that you're not just putting yourself at risk, you're putting first responders at risk. Either I'm with KHOU, just wondering what is it like seeing this right now?
That's just funny, but it is like newscasters that walk up on people just randomly. I don't know if y'all expect people to get into the newscaster voice with y'all, like, so Carolyn, I mean, I feel like boo boo boo. Like, no, I'm with him. You tell me, how do you feel? You're the narrator. Alright, there's a funny dog. I never can get enough of that dude. Alright, let's see what... No, I did it backwards. Let me see what's on TMZ right quick. Or at least to get TMZ out the way. Sydney Sweeney reacts to an AI-generated portrait. Awkward much? Danny Elfman sued Seaman Martini. Denial is a defamation. I'm no liar. Okay. Weston Cage arrested for assault with a weapon, allegedly struck his mother. That's not nice. Daphne Joy deletes 50 Cent you-know-what abuse claim amid defamation. Okay. 50 wasn't playing with Daphne, so Daphne, I don't know. Did you lie or did 50 pay you? I don't know. Because it's kind of, I don't know. This could have went either way. I mean, you got a long time with the son. I could see maybe she just changed her mind. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen, but I don't know. That was sad. That's the woman with the man with the sleeping bag. Stranger Things, Gatton, the one dude that always looks like he don't have teeth. Let's wrap up filming quickly. We're all getting older. I know, y'all gonna be like 30 years old. Benji Gregory, Alf star, unalived at 46. Man, I ain't seen Alf in forever. The Simpsons writer shocked Cypress Hill Symphony gig happening now. Our Gags, 28 years old. Philly man accused of wanking on a woman's leg, starting video from the scene. He was tripping. Megan Thee Stallion, hotties are outraged at Family Feud, cry foul on the foot question. I haven't seen it, but I don't care enough. D.L. Hughley rips Clooney and others as cowards for turning on Biden. They turning on them, D.L. They said they pulling their money if they don't get them up out of there. United flight meltdown, ready for an in-flight meal. Passenger bites flight attendant. Wow. People just be wilding out on these planes. If it ain't the Boeing, it's the passenger. You can't win. Margarita funnel couple warning. A little tequila up the you-know-what fanny will get you arrested. Why are y'all doing that in the restaurant? Kevin Hart is sued by his former friend for millions for a breach settlement in that little scandal he had. John Tay Porter, banished NBA player, pleads guilty in gambling case. Y'all like my news voice? That wasn't on purpose, but I'm just going with it. Matthew McConaughey, brutal bee sting. He talks, he's probably like, ouch. He's so slow, he talks slow, although I talk slow too. Diddy indictment imminent, accuser's attorney claims. Travis Kelce Super Bowl suites were effing $3 million, anything for love. I'm sure they didn't really charge Kelce or her that. Her showing up to the game made people watch it. I can't even see him paying that. Lauren Sanchez hand in hand with Jeff for billionaire gathering. Jeff Bezos and Lauren. Ex-NFL star Adrian Wilson told cops he threatened to unalive himself amid heated dispute with his wife. Olivia Munn and John Mulaney were married. I don't know who this dude is. Sharon Stone is topless for a painting session. Gypsy Rose Blanche, she do know her name. She don't like people going to tour her old house. Gypsy, that's kind of what happens, ma'am. Karen Reed's mistrial jury believes it's unjust to retry her for her boyfriend's unalivement. This case was so silly, and the judge, I don't know, they didn't give the jurors an option to vote not guilty on some of the charges, and I don't know, the whole case is a mess. Competitive eater Nick Weary, cheater, hot dog eater, denies claim. Barron Trump makes a surprise appearance on the campaign trail for the Donalds. Alright, let's get into these Reddits, y'all. I read so many crazy stories that when it comes time to name this podcast, I can't even remember what I wanted to name it because everything is so crazy. It just gets crazier. What's a creepy fact you wish you never learned? Probably that we swallow a lot of bugs per year. It's just the ones we don't know about. That unalive bodies moan and grunt when you move them. I was a paramedic and a firefighter for 21 years. I was around a lot of those people. Yikes. I had to have a C-section when our daughter was born and heard one doctor say to the other, "Pass me the uterus, I'm going to clean it." Still don't know whether my uterus is actually lifted out. Still don't want to know. Listen, C-sections are I've had two, and I was in my sister's C-section, and I didn't realize how gruesome it was. I actually can feel for dads that be about to pass out, because I really felt like I was going to pass out, and I was trying not to, and they handed me the baby, and I was just like, it's so much going on in here. I held the baby, but I'm telling you, that is very gruesome. The chainsaw was invented by two doctors to assist in childbirth. Sewing through the pelvic bone gives a mother and the baby some chance of survival if the baby is too big. That's cray-cray. They do have tiny chainsaws, though. Lolo, the African eyeworm, can invade the human eye. Adults are between 1 and 2.5 inches long. Yuck. The inside of a sea turtle's mouth throat looks like something straight out of a horror movie monster, absolutely curved in spines. They swallow a lot of seawater when eating food, which then they, puke back up. Nasty. It's a lot of these. That there is literally nowhere in your house that you can store your toothbrush without it getting fecal matter on it. Great. Yeah, that problem. That one misfolded protein can wind up rendering a brain about as useful as rotten cheese. Nurse here, I learned that some people will use any hole in a sexual way, including a surgical hole in the stomach, to collect poop back in a colostomy. Additionally, some folks with these kinds of holes will prostitute themselves out for that. How do we know? They come in with infection in these holes and own up to the behavior. I also learned that a sexual act is called See, now when I titled my podcast Philly Sidecar, because that's what it is, I learn something new every day. Dolphins are known to be quite intelligent, but they can also be cruel. In some cases, they've been documented unaliving baby dolphins by dolphins, they be getting a little crazy. Some people are born with a malformed mass of veins in their brain called an AVM, and they have no idea unless they're seen in a CT or MRI. Then one day it can burst without warning, and a happy, healthy person can be gone, suffer brain damage, paralysis, etc. No warning. My husband, I cannot see his navel, and it drives me a little insane. Like, I think it's wrong when you can't see somebody's navel, and I'm convinced he's an alien. Honestly, what a newborn horse hooves look like, traumatized for months after I had just given birth myself. Luckily, I did not have a horse baby. Sometimes when you have a sharp pain in your chest, like a lung area, when breathing it in, it could be that there's not enough fluid around the lung and it gets stuck to a rib, or your diaphragm isn't in the correct place. Well, that sucks. Not so creepy, but yesterday someone posted about the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion. Some astronauts survived the explosion until they hit the ocean. Very sad. A non-zero number of farmers go missing yearly from pigs. They will eat just about anything. Giving birth to a child is often not talked about. Giving birth to placenta is one thing nobody talks about. It felt like a nurse pulled a giant squid out of my vagine. Super gross. After that, she pushed my abdomen and squirted out of me and sprayed her a little. It was absolutely disgusting. Childbirth is definitely top 5. Finding out statistically you're more likely to get struck by lightning than win the lottery. Guess I'll stick to my days as a professional lottery player. I can go on and on with these. These are just, they just don't stop. I don't know what I want to read. Not to be so careful in here sometimes. It's like so crazy. So I think I'm going to read this one. Dad jokes to dirty humor. What is your go-to? Because why not? When two people bang, it's a twosome. When 3 people bang, it's a threesome. Now, why people call you handsome? Now I know why people call you handsome. Get it? I can never remember jokes, but one classic dirty joke stuck with me. What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean? I had never paid to have a garbanzo bean on my face. Get it? Chickpea, garbanzo bean. That's funny. Do you remember blowing bubbles as a kid? I ran into him the other day. He still talks about it. Dirty dad jokes. What's the difference between virgin olives and extra virgin olives? Uglier olives. You know what comes after unalive? Necrophiliacs. Have I told you the one about the 3 holes? Well. What's the difference between an old bus station and a lobster with a boob job? One is the crusty bus station, while the other one is a busty crustacean. This is how you know I'm tired, because these things are cracking me up. No means no unless she's dyslexic, then it's on. Oh my goodness. What is it called when a chameleon can't change color? A reptile dysfunction. It's a classic. We shouldn't be free. What's better than a rose on a piano? Tulips on my organ. What's the difference between light and hard? It's easier to fall asleep with a light on. I gotta get out of here, y'all. Let me get to these story times.
Big zero, always been the one, not the 2, you a 0. Youngest in my city, rapper girl, I'm a hero. Happy birthday, trying to hold crowd, screaming, shout out to T-Zo. Anybody got a problem, tell us that we ride. Mama, can I pass? I'ma be quiet. Anybody trust my mama, it's gonna be a ride. I was spending 9, no fast food died. Rich ball, God, I was raised by some gangsters. Brothers taught me how to fight, all that the bangers. Sometimes you gotta stay down to show niggas. Get your own money, make sure you only know niggas. You gon' have some haters like your mama, nothing wrong with it. Always stand your ground, speak your mind, don't be grown with it. Me,
love this. I love this. They went off on this. This was good.
Topping your news leader 4, a fast food worker is dead after police say she got into an argument with another woman in the drive-thru. Now, what you're looking at right now, these are photos police released of the suspect in the Orange Mound incident before she sped away. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Alex Coleman.
Hi, I'm Shay Arthur in for April. As WREG's Dorita Patterson tells us, investigators are now trying to put a name with that face we just saw there to track down the woman wanted for pulling the trigger. At the start of a new day, police are still looking for new clues following a deadly attack. Monday night, detectives were called to this Church's Chicken along Park Avenue in the heart of Orange Mound. In fact, Gregory Houston holds this community close to his heart as it's where he grew up.
We see you have a house out here.
It was after he tuned in to WREG.
I heard about it on the news last night, and it was very sad. Topping your...
So they did find the girl. They did find her.
To you next tonight, U.S. health officials have confirmed a human case of the plague in Pueblo County, Colorado. They're still looking for the source of the infection. Humans can be sickened through flea bites from an infected rodent or by handling an infected animal. The CDC says the plague is rare in the U.S., averaging about 7 cases a year. To you next tonight.
Ciao.
Put that crop top on, sis. Fuck 'em. I'm not gonna be fucking sweating because you want me to be a big bitch in a turtleneck. Bitch, that's for the winter, but for the summer, I'm naked like your mother hoe. I found your mother at the club with me. She's 60 with a crop top on. Why the fuck I can't do that shit, bitch? Don't judge me, judge your ancestors. Put that crop...
She said, let it all hang out.
A lot of people don't realize that gluttony is idolatry, and it's a sin. God hates idolatry. The Bible talks about people who make their belly their God, and this is something I got delivered from almost 2 years ago. I literally went through a deliverance session, and this spirit of gluttony screamed out of me, and I got set free. And ever since then, I've been on a weight loss and health journey, and I've been able to tell my flesh no. I've been able to lose 51 pounds and just live a more healthier lifestyle, make better decisions. And a lot of people don't realize that they're dealing with the spirit of gluttony. That spirit, the goal of it is to make you like one of the people on my 600-pound life where you can't do anything except literally order food and eat all day. And the Bible talks about in Proverbs 23 that the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty. So a lot of times people who deal with this spirit spend all of their money on food, and money just slips through their hand. And that's because the goal of the enemy is to steal, kill, and destroy you spiritually, physically, and financially. You end up with a lot of health issues because you make food your God, and God hates idolatry. So the first step is to repent from gluttony, idolatry, and to go on a fast. Allow the Lord to renew your mind through the word, and you gotta literally starve that spirit from the thing that it wants the most. And just allow the Lord to give you the power of the Holy Spirit to overcome it, but you have to go to him with humility. And we have to understand our identity as believers in Christ and what Jesus really died on the cross for us to have. He died on the cross for us to have life and life more abundantly, and to be free from the bondage of sin. So if you're a slave to food, you're not living in the fullness of what God has for you.
Rebuke them big bags, Jesus. Rebuke it. Because we don't want to be on 600-pound life ordering DoorDash. No, we don't, Lord. No, we don't.
I knew I was a big bitch when I got my heart broken and I still ain't lose no weight. Like, damn, am I just big? I knew I was a big...
Right after we just seen the last video.
Ladies, can you name a song he has?
Who? The game?
Hated it up. Ladies, can you name a song he has? One. I'm gonna give y'all each $1,000. What's going on with you in Tokyo? Come on, let me let what y'all? I'm gonna give you $10,000. I heard.
I see what it is.
Come on now, nephew, go and get aunties. What's the problem?
She mad I turned her daughter into a pretzel.
And I couldn't wait for that part.
It's all
What
good.
that mean? And I'll turn you into one. I'll peg you.
You ain't gonna peg me.
I will peg you, baby.
Get your
You
fat
know
ass
all y'all
down
boys in the
steps
industry
somewhere.
like a little
Don't be
dick in
calling her
there.
fat, gang. Come on, that's
Excuse you.
funny.
Let him talk.
Auntie.
Let this big bad motherfucker talk.
Yeah.
He met one.
Auntie.
That's mother-in-law, so that the ex-mother-in-law. No. Actually, if you was, had some dealings with a
ain't no
daughter, you
mother-in-law.
gotta respect
Hell
y'all.
no.
He's a piece of passed around
They would
shit.
actually make a cute
I
community.
stopped by 7-Eleven, got what I needed, and got the
You
fuck
paid
out.
that girl who's suing you yet?
Hell
You ain't
no,
paying that
I
bitch
ain't.
no mind. Well, let's talk about his love life.
This show is so ratchet. And they're just sitting on the couch talking. But not Tokyo Tony said she would peg the game. Wow.
I have been crying for a day straight, but I wanted to share because I hope this will save someone's life or someone's dog's life. We were at Lake Tahoe for vacation, and my beautiful, beautiful dog, who I've never been closer to someone in my entire life, went swimming in the lake at a very popular dog beach, and there were lots of humans swimming in the water and lots of dogs swimming in the water. And within an hour she was very sick, and within 3 hours she had passed away. And we found out that we rushed her to an emergency hospital in Nevada, and we found out that she had ingested blue-green algae, which is a neurotoxin, and it basically just shuts down your whole body, and there's no cure for it. And the doctors were amazing. They did everything that they could to save her, and our lives will never be the same. She was the heart and soul of our family, and we miss her.
Be careful with your pets, y'all.
So, did you know that there's literally men out there who will fund your life, fund your shopping, fund your car, fund a house for you, because they have literally fetishized the idea of like a hot, entitled girl who doesn't need your money but wants it anyway, and is gonna live her princess life and never have to work. And they're called fin subs and pay pigs. And I know it sounds like a joke, but I swear to God, over 600K in 3 years now. And now I'm teaching girls how to do it. I also started doing just Tootsie pictures, which already some of the girls who took my course made over $1,000 in their first 2 weeks just with feet, faceless. And there's also men who will literally pay to humiliate them, bully them, deny them, tell you, you don't deserve me, look at my middle finger, send $300, loser. Literally, it's crazy that the world exists, but we also pray for it and we thank God for it every day. Anyway, so go to my page if you want to learn more.
I see this all the time with these, and I'm just so shocked that, I'm not shocked, but it is just still so crazy that people just, we live in a world where it's like so much poverty, but then you got dudes that's like paying like thousands of dollars just to see somebody's feet or to be like disrespected, and it's just, the world is just crazy.
My friend that I haven't talked to her forever just hit me up and she was like, hey girl, would you be down for a Miami trip? I'm like, fuck yeah, like I haven't seen you in a while, let's go. She's like, yeah, I miss you, blah, blah, blah. Everybody else is acting like they don't want to go. I'm like, okay, no problem, yeah, let's go. And then she was like, but I'm gonna need help with my aftercare. And then she sent that little like melting emoji. What the fuck do you mean aftercare? I'm not a nurse, so like I'm confused. So she's like, yeah, I have an appointment scheduled to get a BBL. These are the dates. I would love for you to come with me. Why would I go to Miami to play Doc McStuffins? Pretty fucking crazy. Like, I don't even like cleaning the litter box. And you think I'm gonna clean your bloody ass? Bleeding all over the fucking Airbnb mattresses, extra food and shit. Delta Airlines smelling like a roll of fucking quarters, bleeding in those people's seats. Like, no, it's embarrassing. I'm not doing it. Also, I feel like if you can't afford like professional aftercare, you can't afford a BBL.
BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy.
I'm a former baby Jane Doe, and I'm meeting my biological mother in 15 days. Investigators called my case the perfect abandonment, and here's why. Number one, I was abandoned at an airport, so I could have literally been from anywhere. Two, I was clearly mixed race. What am I mixed with? It was anyone's guess. Three, I was found in January of 1980, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but decades later when I was looking for information, most medical records are divided by decade, so in order to find that 4-week window where I was born, they would have had to have pulled all of the records from the 1970s and all of the records from the 1980s, and that's only in the case that I was born in a hospital, which investigators didn't think I was, because there's no record of me. So basically what investigators were trying to figure out was, did anybody of any race, anywhere in the world, have a baby sometime at the end of 1979, the beginning of 1980, and leave her at the airport? If so, yeah, we found her. We named her Baby Jane Doe. So there are 4 of us in the exclusive Airport Baby Club. We're not looking for new members, so don't go leaving your babies at airports. We have Gary Gatwick, who was abandoned in 1986, and then a little boy was found in Tucson, and then in 2019 there was a little girl found. But there were 4 of us who were abandoned as newborns. When I was about 30, long-lost family family had reached out to me and said, hey, we want to help you find your biological parents. I sent them all the information I could find, and the investigator called me back and he said, I would love to help you, but I reached out to my peers and even my competitors. There's no one who could help you because you don't have anything useful. All of your paperwork is done under the name Jane Doe. You don't have a name. You don't have a birthplace. You don't even know what decade you were born in. You don't have any information that's useful. So I never in a million years thought I would ever find my biological parents. But I did. I found them both. Finding my biological mother was a long shot, but at least we had witness descriptions. With my biological father, we knew nothing about him. We didn't know what race he was, what age, physical descriptions. We had nothing to go on. So imagine my surprise when I found my biological father first.
So she didn't find her mother. Her mother said she didn't abandon her. She said she gave her to her friend, and the friend abandoned her at the airport. But the friend at the airport waited till somebody picked her up. Anyway, the lady had a great life. She had good adopted parents, but yeah, that's the story.
Put a finger down if you married your high school sweetheart after 8 years of being together, and 3 months into the marriage, he doesn't come home on Halloween weekend night, and you have like Ring doorbell footage, you have people saying that he wasn't where he said he was. Anyways, he fabricates this huge lie, and against all of contrary belief, you choose to believe him and follow through with the marriage. And then 5 months later, you are laying in bed with your husband watching a movie on a Friday night, and you get a text message from a person claiming they are a drug dealer who your husband owes money to. So you freak out and you show your husband the messages, and he tells you to delete and block the phone number, and then he leaves and he goes and takes care of it and pays them off. Well, you don't delete or block the phone number because this is really weird and it just makes you feel not good. And the next morning, you get another text message from this person who says your husband still owes them more money. At this point, your husband is literally standing in the corner of the room, and he says that this person is not a drug dealer, but they are in fact the girl he hooked up with on Halloween weekend, who has been blackmailing him for the past several months, and that's part of the reason he hasn't been able to pay his bills, is because he's been giving this girl all of his money. Anywho, so you tell him to leave, packs his stuff up, you move across the country, and now it's been a year and a half later and you're divorced.
The cat in the background like, girl, that was really silly.
Put a finger down if you want to go pick up your sister from work, and as you're driving over there to pick her up for work, you notice bleeding constantly really, really bad. Now why is bleeding constantly really bad? You're driving over there with tissue paper and paper towels in your nose to stop to slow down the bleeding, but that's not doing anything because blood at this point is running down your nose really fast. So you tell your sister that she has to drive because you look like Carrie when she went to prom, and now there's blood all over your hands and face. Now she tells you that she tells you that you need to go to the hospital because this is really bad. So your mom meets you up there at the hospital so she can admit you because you don't want to put blood all over the hospital equipment. So while you're over there waiting 7 hours there after all the treatment and drawing blood, they tell you that you have 0 platelets. While they come after that, they come and tell you that they need to transfer you in an ambulance to a bigger hospital because you have something that they have never seen before, and they don't have the necessary equipment to help you. So then while you're at the hospital for 7 hours in, they come and tell you that you only have 1 platelet. The next day they come and tell you that you only have 3. And you need $150,000 in order to go home. And now they're testing you and drawing you more blood for blood cancer, and you're only 20.
That's wild, y'all. Thankfully, he's still here, and as you can see, that little pink square indicates he's live now. Amen. I just did a moment of silence for his lost platelets, so I pray they come back. Listen, y'all, I pray y'all come back tomorrow. I know this gets crazy over here sometimes, but, you know, we gotta laugh, we gotta cry, we gotta pray that we don't get big backs. All the same. Y'all be safe. I'll be praying for y'all. Y'all pray for me. Big back, big back.